This episode, we've got a bunch of tips and tricks that'll make your first cruise go smoothly. Our ship of the week is the brand new Oceania Allure. We'll tell you all about her and what you'll find on board this ship that cost $660 million to build. Plus, there's some great deals that are available right now, and we'll check the latest cruise news. So, let's start the show.
It's time to get your cruise on.
This is Cruise and Travel with Paul McAllister.
Hi, I'm Steve, and with me is Paul McAllister, the chief dream cruise creator behind 101cruise.com.au. And this is our puppy dog, Ruff. Come on, Ruff, say hi.
Hey, Ruff.
Good boy.
This is a podcast that takes you into the world of cruising and lets you in on the big cruising deals. You can find out more on our website, 101cruise.com.au. Sign up for our newsletter to get all this information.
Well, we're back on dry land now after a couple of trips away on Crown Princess and Celebrity Edge, and it's not long before Oceania's Allure sets sail on its inaugural cruise. So we're going to tell you all about this high-end ship today. Where will its first cruise be, Paul?
Well, it's going to sail out of Trieste to Athens, and we'll call in at Croatia, Dubrovnik, Kotor, Montenegro, and a lot more. I can't wait to tell you more about it later in the podcast.
So, to kick the episode off, you've got some great deals for us, Paul.
Yeah, once again, we've been searching around to get the best deals for you. We love Celebrity, and we definitely love Celebrity Ascent. It's a great cruise departing on the 5th of July, 2025. It's a 7 nights Barcelona to Athens. So you're going to visit Malta, Mykonos, and Santorini. Oh my God, love Santorini. Then you go on to Turkey and end up back at Athens again. Now, an inside room would normally cost you in US dollars $6,759 per person, but at 101 Cruise, we've got it on at $1,252 US dollars per person, and that's at 81% off.
Well, $6,000 for an inside room.
That's
ridiculous.
Yeah, look, but you got to remember, when we talk about brochure price, it's what the top price that they can sell it for.
But how many nights was it?
7 nights.
$6,000 for an inside room.
Yeah, but it's on Ascent. It's their, latest ship. So,
okay.
Prices are always going to be higher on the new ships.
Our deal is a pretty good one.
It is.
$1,000.
But look, if you want to go to an ocean view room, look, normally it would set you back in US dollars, $7,401. But we have it on at the moment for, in US dollars, $1,302 per person. Again, 82% off. But hey, why don't you go and spoil yourself? This is a great deal. So you can upgrade to a concierge class balcony. This is what we were on recently. It includes additional amenities, and the best part is you embark early on day one and have a beautiful concierge lounge that they have in one of their restaurants.
I love an early boarding.
Oh, it's great because you get to experience and have more time on the ship. So the brochure price for a concierge room is normally $8,027 US dollars per person. But at 101 Cruise, we've got it out there for $2,107 US dollars per person. That's 74% off. And listen, if you want to go up to an aqua class, normally over $10,000 per person, we've got it on at 101 Cruise at $2,633 per person. And now look, if you go up to the aqua class, you get extra things like a specialty restaurant called Blue. And it's a healthy eating, very funky, cool restaurant.
Nobody's going on a cruise to eat healthily.
Well, some people do. But look, it's gourmet. It's beautiful. It's absolutely amazing presentation. But listen, if you wanted to do something a little bit different, and if you're single out there and you're looking for a solo cruise, we've got some really good deals coming up in this podcast for you. Royal Caribbean this week has come out with a range of cruises where they have reduced the price for a single occupant. So that's just one person traveling on their own in their own room. So this is a great option for those who are looking to do something on your own. It's the 23rd of September, 2025. It's a long cruise. It's 15 nights, Los Angeles to Tokyo. Now, there is 11 sea days on this, so you're going to get to enjoy the ship, and it is a gorgeous ship. An inside studio room, which has been designed for a solo traveller, would normally set you back $7,758, but at 101 Cruise, it's $2,257 US dollars per person. at 71% off. Look, it's a great deal. And we get asked a lot about, being able to do a solo cruise. And a lot of the times we come back and go, look, there's 150 or 200% surcharge when you have a room on your own because the cruise ships work on a double occupancy. But this is a great saving. And if you're looking at this, I would jump on board, give me an email, and I'll send you some more details about some more cruises with Royal Caribbean.
In fact, in this week's newsletter, there were a whole bunch of solo fares that you gave out that weren't just the double the normal amount.
No, yeah, look, and it seems to be, I don't know if it's just because Royal Caribbean came out this week with this, some of the other cruise lines have followed up and went, oh, we need to be in this market as well, because it is a big market that they can pick up on.
Don't forget, these deals are current right now as of Sunday, May 25, and all prices are in US dollars and are per person. Check out, for more details, our website 101cruise.com.au.
Now the latest cruise and travel news.
Well, MSC Cruises will be adding 2 more world-class ships to its fleet. The announcement made in Paris revealed the cruise line has ordered 2 more ships, bringing the total number of vessels in the world-class series to 6. The ships are currently referred to as World-Class 5 and 6 and are expected to be delivered in 2029 and 2030. That's a while away. The new ships will join MSC World Europa, which debuted in 2022 during the FIFA World Cup in Qatar as a floating hotel, and MSC World America, which began offering Caribbean cruises from Miami just a few weeks ago after her christening on April the 9th. Each vessel offers more than 30 food and beverage destinations, multiple categories of stateroom options, and 7 districts to promote relaxation, entertainment, family activities, and more. After making waves for attempting to climb a Carnival cruise ship in Sydney, did you see this?
Yeah, I did. I've seen photos. I've seen some video footage. It's incredible.
So
do you know how he got up there?
If you haven't seen it, it's what do they call it? The tow rope that goes between the ship and the dock, like the big thick.
It's the anchor.
Yeah,
they anchor it off.
But to the dock though, and a guy climbed it and started making his way over to the ship.
Yeah, I wonder how many drinks he's had. To be able to do that.
Well, the alleged perpetrator has earned the nickname of Spider-Man on social media. He was captured on video climbing the mooring lines.
That's the word.
At Sydney's overseas passenger terminal back on May 17. The dangerous stunt was eventually brought to an end after New South Wales Police coordinated with the crew on board to lower the mooring ropes above a police boat. So as he was climbing, he was getting lower and lower, closer to the water, which is when the man was taken into custody. News.com.au says he has since been given 3 charges: entering a cleared zone without being screened or cleared, entering a landside restricted zone without authorisation, and entering a waterside restricted zone without authorisation. If he's found guilty, the man's going to face consequences like long-term house arrest, imprisonment, or hefty fines. Princess Cruises has added 5 new itineraries for 2026-27 that are unlike any other cruises that they have offered before. These new cruises range from 15 to 33 days on Majestic Princess. They offer epic landscapes, wildlife, culture, and breathtaking spectacles. The 26-27 South America and Antarctica season is now open for bookings and visits areas the cruise line has never gone before, including scenic cruising through the Beagle Channel fjords and Glacier Alley. Now, another Royal Caribbean cruise ship has been overbooked. I know. We just spoke about this on the last episode.
Are they not listening to us?
The cruise line is actively looking for passengers willing to take one of their tempting offers. And I know our listeners like hearing these offers because they're phenomenal. This time, though, it's a 4-night Navigator of the Seas cruise coming up on June the 2nd. This sailing is from Los Angeles to Catalina Island and Ensenada. How do you say that?
I think it's
Ensenada
an
in Mexico. Yeah. Royal Caribbean has given cruisers on this sailing two choices, both of which effectively provide a free cruise in exchange for a change of plans. So option one is switch dates and sail for free. So guests can move their booking to another 4-night Navigator of the Seas cruise to Catalina later in the summer. As an incentive for changing their plans, passengers choosing this option will receive a full refund of their original fare. This means the new voyage will cost them nothing, okay? Option two is cancel now and get a future free cruise. So for those wanting more flexibility, the option to cancel their original booking entirely is available. In return, passengers will receive a full refund of their original fare and a future cruise credit equal to the value of the original fare.
It's a great deal.
It's a fantastic
I know,
deal.
you get a free
Cancel
cruise.
my next cruise, Royal Caribbean.
I know.
Be careful what you wish for.
Don't say that.
But that's just phenomenal. That's amazing, I reckon. That's the latest in news. Well, this time on this episode, you want to chat about all the tips and tricks to make your cruise go smoothly.
Yeah, look, these items are just things that people don't think about beforehand, and it'll just make your whole cruise a better experience. So one of the first things to do is arrive at your departure port a day early, because you don't want to get caught out with flight delays. And it happens all the time. And passengers, you'll be having them on a flight and they'll be going, oh my God, I'm panicking because I'm an hour late. And you think, why are you an hour late? Well, I've got a cruise at, 4 o'clock and it's now, 2 o'clock before
and
we're going to land.
And they're getting there on the day.
I just don't do it. Just pay for a hotel. It's worth paying for the hotel. You're not going to be stressed. You're going to get on the cruise ship and you're going to feel a lot better. When you do go on the first day, it's a good idea to pack your bathers into your hand luggage that you're going to carry on board, because they're going to take your main suitcase and deliver it to your room later. So if you wanted to go and have lunch, which you normally do when you get on board, then you can go back up, change in the toilet, and you can go start laying by the pool and having that first margarita.
And quite often your room is ready.
They are, but they're quite strict depending on what time. If you do a really early check-in, they always have signs on your doors saying no entry, please come back at 1 o'clock or whatever time it is that they'll let you into your room. And that's because they're just finalising the final touches in the rooms. Because I've got to say, the crew on board, the housekeepers, are quite amazing when the ship gets in, because most of the times the ships get in around 7 o'clock and they've got to have the rooms ready by around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's strip it out, full clean, and detail it and restock it. So I take my hat off to the housekeeping team. They are amazing. Don't overpack. We all do it. I'm guilty of it as well. But, did you really need to have all those things in your bag? Have a look at what you're going to do every day, what you would need, and what you can mix and match.
We have a great cruise packing list
on
our website, 101cruise.com.au, that it's even got a PDF that you can download and keep forever as your cruise packing list.
Yeah, it's an excellent blog, worth going in having a read of. Did you know you can bring your own drinks on board?
No, you can't.
Yes, you can, but only on limited cruise ships. Some of them will allow you to bring some on.
Right.
Yeah. Look, there's no point if you brought a drinks package, because what's the point of doing that? You really don't need to. And you can always take a drink back to your room later if you want to. Disney will allow adults to bring 2 bottles of unopened wine or champagne, 6 beer stubbies on board.
How many bottles can the kids bring on board for you?
Well, no, it's only for adults. But something tells me I would need more than 2 bottles on a Disney cruise, because it's just too much happiness out there.
Something tells me Mickey Mouse would need more than 2 bottles on a cruise.
But look, always check with your cruise line, because a lot of them don't allow it, and they scan your bags when they're going through, and they will take it out and let you know that they're holding it in quarantine. So even though we're saying you can on certain cruise lines, always check out your cruise line that you're going on.
And they'll give you the empty bottle back when you get back to port.
Yes, might have been opened. Well, that happens. Bring extra toiletries, or make sure you bring adequate amount of toiletries, I should say.
But the ship has them.
They do, but those shops are very, very expensive.
No, in your room.
Oh, we're talking things like sunscreen and aspirin
right.
and Band-Aids.
So what you don't have to bring is shampoo and soap. And
now this is an interesting thing too. I'm glad you brought that up because when we cruised on Princess, they had shampoo that was the combine of a shampoo and conditioner all in one. Now, I know the ladies don't like that.
That's a bloke's shampoo.
It is a bloke's shampoo. They might as well just put it in one bottle and call it a body wash as well. And I know a lot of people, they're very take a lot of care with their hair, so that would dry them out possibly. So you might want to bring little sample ones of shampoo and conditioner.
But it's only a few days, ladies.
Well, we did 18 days. We were lucky we had good products on board. That was on Azamara. But some cruise, you might look on Carnival and those, they may not have.
If it's a 4 or 5 day cruise, go with the combined. It's something that you can leave at home.
See?
Pack less.
Yeah.
Pack less, ladies.
You don't have long hair.
I don't have hardly any hair on my head. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Let's leave that there. Some things that you can bring on board. A lot of people bring a lot of extra things that I look at and go, wow, that's excessive. A portable shoe rack. Now,
Come on.
I know because
are you saying to pack this or don't pack this?
Look, I'm not saying anything whether you should or you shouldn't.
You should not pack a portable shoe rack.
Well,
you put your shoes in one of the drawers like I do.
You are the only person in the world that does that. You know that, don't you?
Now everybody will be.
Yeah, well,
that's what the bottom drawer is meant for. Put your shoes in there.
You put your shoes other places. Anyway, don't overpack the shoes is my answer to this problem.
I don't like leaving my shoes lying around the cabin. They've got to go away.
Okay, that's your phobia. So if you wanted to have them all nicely stacked up, you can bring a portable shoe rack. Also, you can get them as hanging. So remember they have hooks around on the wall, so you could put one up. Makeup for ladies is they have a lot sometimes. Not judging at all. But the bathrooms don't have a lot of space in there. So again, they have these long roll up makeup bags that they can roll down and they hang them off a hook. So it makes the space better.
So you don't have to leave all your stuff around the vanity.
Correct. Because the vanities, they can roll off if it gets a little bit too rough as well.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
I do like this one. This is an OCD thing. Bring highlighter. And you're thinking, what the hell for?
What for?
So you can highlight your itinerary of what you're going to do during the day. So when you get the daily itinerary, you can go through and highlight the bingo and the quizzes and what time's the bar open.
I'm out.
Yeah, I thought you would be.
Okay.
But look, we mentioned the hooks that they sometimes have around, but did you know all the walls are made of metal and you can hang your own magnetic hooks on there for your hats and your bags and things like that. Now, don't screw your face up because we've done this. It is good. It makes a lot easier. You loved it when you could hang your hats on there when you walked back in.
Yeah, they're okay for hanging a cap or something on, but a lady's handbag, it's not going to stay up high on the wall.
If
it's
you get a good magnet one, they will.
Down.
Nah, they can.
They're not super strong, the magnets I've seen anyway.
Now, look, when you get on board on day one, the cruise ships always send you to the buffet restaurant for lunch.
Yeah.
And so,
this is when I've nearly got off a cruise ship. Yep.
So, look, I would recommend that you don't do that. Go and find a casual dining place that you can go and eat at. Some of the formal dining room restaurants.
On the ship?
On the ship, yeah. Because that's the whole idea. You get on early so you can go and have lunch and chill out and go by the bar.
Try not to go to the buffet. I made the mistake once, and honestly, I really nearly did get off the ship going, I'm not putting up with this.
Well, your words were, I'm never coming back to this restaurant ever. And it was a bit of a nightmare because people were yelling at us and because
it was horrible.
People were holding tables and then they were running
Every
across.
table was full. Every container of food at the buffet was nearly empty. There were people with elbows out. There were people walking along. My pet hate is people with plates that they've filled up from the buffet are walking back to their seat and they're eating while they're walking.
No.
Like, you can wait until you get back to your seat.
Well,
mate.
maybe they didn't have breakfast. Anyway, moving on.
Maybe they're a pig.
Stop. We're going to move on to another subject. Now, do your research about the ports that you're going to visit in advance so that you know what you're going to do. There might be something absolutely amazing that you didn't know happened in that port, and plan ahead. Now, you also got the opportunity to buy your tours on the cruise ship. The great thing about that is that they will always get you back on the cruise ship in time. And if anything was to happen, the cruise ship waits for you. That's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
However, you go and book it yourself and you get caught up, say the bus breaks down and you're going to be 2 hours late, you'll be waving it goodbye because they won't wait for you no matter what. You just have to get your own way at your own cost to the next port. So something to think about.
Yep.
There's lots of Facebook groups for cruises, especially for ships and actually for your tour. So like your cruise that you're going on. So go on, have a look, listen to what people are saying. It's a good way of listening, finding out what is happening on the cruise ship, what people think. What they did was great, and I'll give you some more background. Oh, look, I think this is a really important one. Whenever you get access to your booking reservation, when you book it, jump online and see if you can book your arrival time at the cruise port. So you want to get early as you can. And the other thing is to start booking your restaurant reservations, especially for the general dining. If you have this where you can dine at any time, means you can start booking either a 7 o'clock or a 8 o'clock booking for your dinner. However, they go really quick because everyone's going to time their dinners to what the shows are. So you want to go have dinner and then go to the show, or do the show and then have a late dinner. So do that. That's a really good tip to actually make sure that you get the bookings that you want and in the restaurants you want. And what you're going to say?
And if you are, if you think it might be a bit tight for time by the time you got to dinner and you want to get to the show, let your wait person know straight away that you'd really like to get to the 8:15 show or whatever time it is.
Yep.
And they will do their best usually, and they'll tell you straight up whether they'll be able to do it or not. But then they can usually try to get your meal out a bit quicker.
And a big shout out to Katut on a Royal Caribbean Anthem of the Seas. We were with her and we did that every night. And she was
not on purpose. It just happened that way.
Yeah, because the shows, sometimes they change them around. And she was incredible every time. She was like, no worries, I'll get that organised. So, be nice to the wait staff. They'll look after you. Look, don't feel like you have to do everything on the cruise ship either. Just pick and choose what you want to do. You don't have to go to every quiz show. You don't have to go to every lecture.
You're
Pick what you want to do.
Lay on your balcony and just enjoy the sound of the ocean if you want.
My favourite part's laying by the pool on the pool deck and just letting the world go by.
You're even allowed to go back to your room and have a nap in the afternoon if you want.
Totally. No judgment on anything. Always carry the ship contact information with you, especially when you leave the ship. Just in case anything was to happen, you can make contact. And the other tip is put your phone into airplane mode. Now, okay, we're getting on a cruise ship. Why can't they put a cruise ship mode in there? Let's bring that up with Apple.
Okay.
But look, the plane modes work as well because basically the ship will go out into international waters. You'll pick up different phone responders and you might be changing countries 3 or 4 times and you could get charged for those countries each time you cross over. Download the app for the cruise line because they have lots of information, all your itinerary and your activities on there. You can make bookings. It's a really good thing. The cruise apps are fantastic now. And look, second last thing, and this is really important, please buy travel insurance because you just don't know what's going to happen. We hope you never do, but if you fall ill and they need to get you off the ship and they helicopter you, it's very expensive. Generally in US dollars, about $80,000 for a transportation. So,
yeah, if a helicopter's got to come and get you, then you don't want to be thinking about selling your house.
You're sick at that point. You just want to be looked after. Even though they have amazing medical centres on the cruise ship, if they need to get you off because they can't deal with the situation or they feel that you'll get better care, then that's what they'll do.
And whether you buy it through us or not, just make sure you always have travel insurance, whether you're going on a cruise or not.
No.
Have travel insurance. You will probably not be able to beat the rates that we can give you through 101cruise.com.au, but doesn't matter whether you buy it through us or not, just have it.
Yeah, absolutely. And also buy your travel insurance. You don't have to activate it till the date of your cruise, but buy it when you buy your cruise as well. So then you're covered for any changes. You never know. You could fall over and hurt your leg and not be able to go on the cruise, and you're covered by travel insurance.
Yeah, if you've activated it already.
Yes, if you've activated it.
But if you activate it the day before your cruise and buy it 6 months before and then break your leg 6 weeks before the cruise, you're not covered.
No, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. And buying an annual travel insurance policy is a great way of doing it. It's going to be cheaper long run if you do multiple trips during the year. But the great thing is you're covered every time you book something because you've got that annual policy. And finally, we'd love it if you'd come to 101cruise.com.au and ask for Paul, me, and I'll find you an amazing cruise.
Yeah. All right. Well, that means that another ship has just docked and we need to talk all about it. It's time for our ship of the episode, so that everyone starts to get a picture of all the different types of ships out there. And this time you've chosen the brand new Oceania Allure, which will set sail later this year.
Yeah, well, when we're talking later, I think it's going to be in June. It's very, very soon. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, it's a ship that is 251 metres long, 32 metres wide, has 15 decks on board, has a capacity of 1,200 passengers, which is a small ship these days, and a crew of 800. So you're going to get really great personalised service on board. There's 613 cabins on board. Best part about this is there's no inside rooms. There is no ocean view. They're all balcony rooms. And we love that on a ship.
That's not a lot of rooms, is it?
Nice.
It's quite an intimate setting, really.
It is. It is not a big ship. I mean, look, some other cruise lines are doing 400s and 600s, so it's slightly larger than those, but it's still covering off a really niche market. And being that smaller size ship, it can get into smaller ports, which is great. The other interesting thing is they also specialise in solo rooms. I know that just keeps coming up this podcast, but it is really good that they're doing that. I think it's interesting and
it is
concept.
Ridiculous that I know they base their rates on 2 people per room, but it is there's a whole bunch of people that want to travel solo.
Yeah, they might have lost their partner, but they still want to do that travel.
For them to have to pay double the amount, there's still just one person. They're only going to eat one person's amount of food. They're going to drink one person's amount of drink. So it's ridiculous that they charge twice as much for them.
Okay, so think of it this way. So if you've got a cruise liner, say with this one, 600 rooms, and everyone took a single supplement, just single room, they wouldn't cover the cost of the ship.
No, but that's not going to happen. They
No,
should
I know.
be. It's good that they're finally realising that
There's a market
it is
out
too
there.
expensive for solo travellers.
So they're doing the right thing. It's starting to get traction. I think it's going to be more in the future. So that's great.
What's the percentage-wise, what is the average pricing that they are charging? Not for this ship, but is it like 1.5 times?
Well, yeah, okay. So that would be equivalent of 150. So 100% is what you're just paying for one person. So 150 is you're paying for basically another half a person.
And
is
that the average, or is it one?
Look, it changes between cruise line, and so it depends what their policy is.
Yeah.
So
It feels wrong to me if it's more than like 25% more. That's fair enough, but I doubt that they'd bring it down that.
No,
that
they
low.
won't go down that
See,
far.
50% just seems too much. 75% seems too much.
But then you're going to take it up to like 200%, and there's a few, so that you're paying for 2 people. Hey, but
Anyway,
listen, back to the ship.
Back to this gorgeous ship.
It has. I love that they have specialty restaurants that are included in your fare, so you don't have to pay extra. And there's 5 of them, and they've got a couple of new ones, which is Ember and Aquamar. So Embers is specialising in American classics. It's a diverse menu showing fresh seasonal ingredients and mouthwatering dishes. It's really cool. And then you've got Aquamar, which, again, more on the healthier current trends. So they're able to change the menus around to making it to what it is at that time. Pretty cool. So if you go in different countries, they'll change it up. Then there's Red Ginger. This is where I'd be. It's a pan-Asian wonder, where there's a blend of Thai, Korean, Japanese, and other Asian specialties. So they're the main ones. And then you've got the main dining room, which is amazing. And did you know they've got over 300 different recipes that they offer on a cycle around in that dining room?
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool. And look, you won't go thirsty on this ship. There's 12 bars around on the ship. So pretty good averages there. The swimming pool, there's one pool with 3 large outdoor hot tubs, 6 elevators. And so my question is, what do you get included in your fare? So you do get all the gourmet restaurants. You get in-suite or in-stateroom dining. Your beverages. Now, it's all non-alcoholic, so it's unlimited soft drinks, bottled water, specialty coffee and teas. That's all included. You also have Wi-Fi. Love that.
What about alcohol?
No, so alcohol's not included on this ship. You can buy an alcohol package, and you can always talk to your travel advisor and we can organise that for you. So it's called Plus More.
I would have thought that would be included.
No, not on this ship.
It's a high-end ship, isn't it?
Not all of them do. No. So,
okay.
No. So that one you have to buy your alcohol. But good part is you do get fitness classes. So a lot of cruise ships charge you for fitness classes. They have self-serve laundry. Again, that's a trend that's going away. They're not actually putting them on the ships as much. But the big money saver on this is all your gratuities to the crew is included in your fare.
That's always good.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. So
and re the drinks, we now have a cruise drinks calculator on our website for a bunch of cruise lines, where it's got the prices that they're charging for a beer and cocktails and all those sorts of things, and you can just plonk in how many of each thing that you're likely to have a day, and it will add it up for you, plus the gratuities that you'll have to pay if you're paying as you go. And it gives you a figure as to roughly how much you're going to pay per day, and then you can look at the drink package and go, is it worth it or not?
It is. And look, to be honest, I always find it's worth it because you tend to drink a lot more when you're on board than when you're at home, only because you're on holidays. So that is that beautiful Oceania Allure. If you have a look online, the ship is stunning. The rooms are beautifully appointed. It's got amazing chandelier in the foyer. I think you're going to love it.
Good. All right. Well, that bell means that it's time for you to dish out some more specials.
I know. And look at this. Isn't this amazing that I've got an Oceania Allure special?
Of course you do. It's like it was planned.
Oh, you never would think that, would you really? 15th of August, 2025. It's the 12 nights cruise, and you're going to go from Athens to Rome. Another beautiful cruise, visiting Mykonos, Istanbul, Turkey. You're going to go to Crete, Tunisia, Palermo, Sicily, Amalfi Coast, and then you'll end up in Rome. So look, a brochure price for a balcony, remembering there's no other rooms, is $14,198. But at 101 Cruise, we've got it on at the moment for $4,275 per person, a saving of 70%. And listen, if you want to go for the single supplement room, again, it would normally cost you $14,198, but we've got it on for $8,549, and that's a saving of 41%. So there is a surcharge in there, but it's still a good saving if you weren't having to pay for two.
But that's, in my head, that's what, about a 60% surcharge for a single room. So, yeah, that's not too bad.
No, it's okay. So it's pretty good.
Better than double.
No, exactly. And our last deal is still saying on Oceania, but we're going to go on a regatta. I love this cruise. It goes out on the 1st of August, 2025. Why can't it go out on the 1st of September when I have holidays? 1st of August, 2025. It's a 15 nights cruise from Honolulu to Papeete, so Tahiti. This is really cool. So you're going to go across the Hawaiian Islands to Hilo and a couple of others. You're going to go into French Polynesia, into Tahiti, back into French Polynesia, and then to Bora Bora and end up in Papeete. It's an amazing cruise and a beautiful ship. Normally an inside room, remember this is an older ship, they have inside and ocean views. Inside room would normally cost you $11,598, but at 101 Cruise we've got it for $4,449 per person. That's a 62% saving. An ocean view room will set you back $12,598 at the brochure price, but at 101 Cruise we have it on at $4,799, again 62% off. And if you want that beautiful balcony, normally it would set you back $17,198 US per person, but we have it on for $7,399 per person, and that is 57% off. Now, airline crew, contact me at paul@101cruise.com.au and see if I can get you a better deal on that or on any of the cruises that we've mentioned. And just to mention again that all our prices that we've mentioned today on all the cruises are in US dollars. They're valid at the 24th of May, subject to change and availability.
Remember, you can get access to all the deals by signing up to our newsletter at 101cruise.com.au. Once you've signed up and you've got access inside the website, there are heaps of articles in the 101 Cruise magazine section, like 10 Reasons to Go Cruising, and there's another one called The 11 Best First-Time Cruise Lines for All Budgets.
Don't forget, whether you booked a cruise through us or not, you can always buy travel insurance via our website. It's NIB Insurance, which is one of the best.
Yeah, and trust us, you'll find it hard to beat the rates we can get for you, especially if you're in the airline industry. But even outside the industry, compare us with any other travel insurance provider and you'll see. Plus, if you're an NIB Health member, you get a further 15% discount.
And on our next podcast, we're going to ask the question, can you stay fit on a cruise?
That's it for this time. See you later, Roof.
See you, Roof.
Yep.
For more, go to 101cruise.com.au and sign up for the newsletter and to get access to the site. You can also follow us on Facebook at 101 Cruise and on Instagram at 101 Cruises.